Hello everyone! Can you hear me okay? Let's start there. Can you hear me today? Hello. Sorry I'm a little bit late. It was a little extra difficult to set up today. It's always a little bit of a hassle to move my equipment into the kitchen. As you already know, I've ranted about it time and time again. Today, the cameras just wouldn't work, so I'm a little bit late, and I apologize for that. I apologize. Nonetheless, I hope you're all doing great. Welcome, my friends, to Sushi Live. We are going to move into my real-life kitchen in just but a moment here, but I thought we would start at the start. How y'all doing? How y'all been? We are only hours away. Well, technically, from the weekend. It's closing up, is my point. It's closing in. And I don't know about you guys, but I am pretty damn jazzed to be reaching the weekend. It's been a hell of a week. It's been a hell of a week. Lord Tank says, doing good, just ate. What did you have, Lord Tank? You kind of have to elaborate in a cooking stream. You kinda do. You kinda do. Better than yesterday, says 26. How am I? I'm doing just great. Just fine. Hungry though. Hungry. And today's gonna be a pretty simple recipe. It's not hard at all to make. But boy, is it kind of an indulgence, this recipe I've come up with today. I practically wrote this on the spot a couple of hours ago. It is, of course, based on my usual recipe that I do and some research that I've done online. It's a little bit rushed, this one today, but I think I got just about everything in there. So it shouldn't be too bad. Let's see. Rice with curry, says Lord Tank. Nice, that sounds perfect. Just had dinner, you had a salad? Ho. You know, I've been pretty good. I've lost a little bit of weight again. After NFC, when I got sick for the longest time, I put on weight, and then now I've been slowly getting it off. So for the most part, I've been pretty good. No ordering in, no McDonald's, no excessive drinking. I tend to enjoy my beer, at least when the weather gets a bit warmer. And mostly soup for dinner, which is a recipe for weight loss. So I'm pretty happy about that too. Hello, Raytail. Just got back from doing adult things at the post office. Oh my. I'm blushing just hearing about that. How adult we talking? No, I get you. I'm just kidding. How much trouble are we in? Quite a bit. If you already like mac and cheese, then there's no way you're not gonna like this. Let's just say, it's not my healthiest recipe, but every once in a while, when you have friends over, you have guests, this is one you can pull out, and it should satisfy, I think. I like trouble. Yeah, me too. Speaking of trouble, should we jump over to the kitchen? Feels a little strange to be in 2D and talking here, don't you think? Well, not that you're talking here, but I am. I'm so used to moving about. I'm actually jumping up and down in my kitchen, but you can't see it. Crazy. Let's jump on over to my kitchen. I'll see you there.
I'm talking here now.
Oh, please work. Okay, but where am I, though? I kind of want to be here, too. Hang on. Always something. Am I right? There we are. Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome to my kitchen on a very, very sunny day. I was running a little bit behind today, so apologies if the cameras are not 100% calibrated, etc. Just kind of let me know as we go along if something is off and I can take care of it on the fly. But yes, welcome Welcome to the place where it all happens. At least, Truffle Mac and Cheese. Yes! Not only are we doing a delightful mac and cheese recipe today, we are adding some of this stuff to it. Truffle oil. It is dangerously delicious. It's a combo that really works. Truffle, it's a strong flavor. It's a strong flavor. It's not every food that it works with, in my opinion, but mac and cheese, very much so. Very much so. And yeah, I guess we can start by going through some of the ingredients here. What do you say? You ready to do this? Be honest. Should get some more light on this. Hang on. There. Well, let's do this. Okay, thank you. I was waiting for that. I can't just go off all willy-nilly. I need my shareholders' approval here. You guys run the show. We've talked about this. Let's do it. Truffle mac and cheese with truffle oil and or bacon bits. Bacon bits, I'm gonna say optional in this case. Some of you will say no. That means it's not optional. But you can leave them out. This is pretty much just the garnish at the end. It does make it pretty nice, but again, this is already a pretty heavy meal. Let's dive into it. So, salad leaves. Yes, we are of course making a lovely side salad. So, any seasonal salad of your choosing, absolutely okay to go with. I've gone with baby leaf, because that's what Pospal picked out for me. Yes, Pospal did the shopping today, so thank you to Pospal for running back and forth and getting all the stuff I needed. Let's see, next up we have cherry tomatoes. And plenty of them. Woo! Yeah. No, if you haven't noticed already, this recipe feeds 4 kobolds. If I'm gonna make a nice mac and cheese, I'm gonna make a lot of it. You're just gonna have to deal with that, chat. You just are. We have 1 leek. I might even do 1.5, depending on how, spicy things get in the kitchen. Yeah, I've got so many. No problem whatsoever. We have 2 to 3 shallots, which I have over here, or onion. Yeah, I'm gonna let you choose. Depending on what you like. Again, I might go with shallots for this one, just because they kind of shrivel up and they kind of just become part of the sauce that you're making, essentially, without having too much of a bite to them. But this is a preference thing. If you want, some bits of vegetables in there that are, noticeable, besides the leek, that is, then go with the regular onion. Can't go wrong, really. Can't go wrong. Next up, let's see, we have cheddar cheese. It's in the fridge, I'm not going to get that right now. We have crème fraîche. Yes. Panko breadcrumbs. Oh, this is, to me, the difference between just a run-of-the-mill mac and cheese and an elevated mac and cheese. You definitely need some breading on top of this before you stick it into the oven. It just makes all the difference in my opinion. And gone with panko, safe bet, always delicious, always turns out crunchy and nice. We have Italian hard cheese, and I've written in parentheses here that a Parmigiano, of course, is a safe bet. If you don't know your Italian cheeses, for which I would never blame you, okay, chat? I am on your side. I promise. So Parmigiano, go for it. We have macaroni. Yeah, you've probably seen these around, huh? What vegetable is this, chat? Why, it's the humble macaroni. Fresh from the macaroni farm. Kinda can't do mac and cheese without macaroni. And I would also say cheese as well. Kinda need those two. Can't imagine why, but the recipe just doesn't seem to work without them. Something about the name. Something about the name. We have vegetable stock cube. One of these fellas will do you. Or if you prefer stock in a different format, totally fine. Just as long as you can mix this into some water and make a nice vegetable stock is my recommendation. Chicken also works. We have a white truffle oil. Now this is probably the ingredient that I would get the most questions about with this recipe. Truffle oil is usually not just concentrated truffle, because truffle is expensive. So what you want is a mix between olive oil and truffle extract or juice. Can you juice a truffle? I don't think so. I don't think so, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. So yeah, something like this. Something like this you should be able to find in a supermarket relatively easily. If not, then definitely online, Amazon, whatever. We have a Dijon mustard, also in the fridge, but you know what that is, I hope. Balsamic vinegar, we're getting into the side salad a bit again. I definitely think balsamic vinegar goes really great with the mac and cheese if you do have sides. So recommended mac and cheese. I mean, it's how would you describe the taste of mac and cheese? Besides cheesy, it's almost sweet in a way. It certainly is not a flavor that's like cutting. So something with a little bit of a vinegary flavor works great for the side. So you have a bit of a contrast between the main and the side, is what I'm trying to say. I've also written down butter and olive oil. Not exact measurements, just because, you know, you kind of want to eyeball those depending on how it tastes as you go along, etc. Remember, tasting as you make it is the key to any good dish, in my opinion, as long as, you know, it's not raw meat. You might want to wait until it's a little bit good. We also have flour. This is going to be for making a bechamel, which is, it's going to go in with the shallots and the leeks in the pan, and then that's going to serve as the base for our cheese sauce. It's going to help thicken it up a little bit. We also have coriander for garnish. You know it well. Fresh, ideally, is my recommendation. Oh, and parsley, of course, also works as well if you are one of those people who claim that this is the same as a salt, which there seems to be a lot of you. So, completely depends on your preference. And last but not least, some bacon bits. And again, just as optional as the coriander, because this is just going to be a topping. But, you know, we're going all out on stream, of course we are. I want to make a little bit of an impression here. So my friends, that is the ingredients for today. If you want this recipe card to follow along with, it is available on Blue Sky and on Discord in the food channel. You can download it, use it as you see fit, or you can put it up on your second monitor and follow along as I make this. I'm not going to have this right in the camera at all times, or it would really be difficult to actually show the cooking process. So I recommend you pull this up on your own. And with that, my friends, I say we get started with this. What do you say? Besides yip. What do you say, chat? What do you say?
Yep.
Well, that's a given. That's a given. Okay. Sounds like we're ready. Hey, by the way, this is probably not going to be the longest recipe in the world. I have, you know, put my own spin on this a little bit, so it's not the simplest of mac and cheeses, but it shouldn't take 3 hours you know. So keep that in mind. Sorry if the stream is a little bit shorter, but we'll take it as we go along, if that is okay with you. So first step number 1 is to preheat your oven to 200 degrees fan. I'm gonna use my wonderful, beautiful air fryer, this beast over here. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Also, you can see my legs. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And next up is fill a kettle with water. And some of my American friends might not know what the hell this thing is. Just boil some water, is what I'm saying. A kettle is a convenient way of doing this. But it's up to you. So let's start there. It's gonna start making a little bit of noise, so I apologize if and when that gets picked up on the mic. And then slice your leek in half lengthways and run each half under the tap, making sure to scrub between the layers to remove any dirt. Yes. So let's get cooking. I'm gonna take this fella, nice and straight, so easy to cut. So you can see leeks have all these layers here, right? And the thing is, even when you get them from a grocery store in the packaging, there can sometimes be a little bit of dirt in between these layers. So my recommendation is to start by cleaning this, and the easiest way to do that is to cut this sucker in half. Cut off this. Lengthways. Yeah. Like so, like so. And you can open it up and you have access to all these layers. So, Miku's there? Oh. I get it. So I'm just gonna run this under some cold water in the sink and just make sure to, you know, scrub in between the layers, get your fingers in there, or you might end up with some grit in your leek bits, which is not delightful to chomp down on. So give it a good scrub, as much time as it needs. Let's see. Don't mind me, I'm just off camera doing this. Again, I still don't have a sync camera. One day, my friends, when we're rich and famous, we can get a great view of the sink. I promise you. I promise you. Okay. With that, you just wanna, you know, make little strips. Not too big, not too small. What am I cooking? It's a mystery. I can't tell you, you have to guess. Oh no, yeah. Gotta keep things interesting. So what do you think, chat? Should we go extra on the leek, or? I would say between 1 and 1.5. But it really depends on how green you want your mac and cheese. I'm adding the top of the leek. What, this bit? I mean, yeah, you can top and tail if you really want to, but it looked pretty nice to me. Let's see. My guess is you're cooking food. You might be onto something. You might be onto something. Absolutely. Okay, I'm gonna just put this aside in something for now. My guess is the food is cooking you. Maybe if one of these years one of my cooking streams fall on April Fools, maybe I'll get cooked instead. That'd be a great show. It would be me in a giant, like, witch's cauldron or something, I don't know. Get creative, get imaginative. Alright. Plop this over. You know, I think this is enough. I think I'm gonna go with just the one leek. Chat doesn't seem to have any objections, so I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. If you were screaming out in anger, I would reconsider. Alas, you are not. Okay, next up, I'm gonna do shallots. Again, brown onion, perfectly acceptable for this, if you so prefer that. Kind of want something a bit oniony to help with the flavor. Not so much something that you chew down on and feel the texture of in this. One leek is still a lot of leek. It is, it is. I always find that part a little difficult when writing these recipe cards for you guys. Is a lot of vegetables. They can kind of depend on where you are in the world with how big they are. For sure. So I kind of just try to give you estimations, at least when I'm cooking it live on stream. Because you kind of just have to use your eyes and your judgment a little bit. I don't think you're ever gonna get a recipe that's like 100% spot on with like ratios and stuff. Are we making smörgås torta? No, not to my awareness. That's some Swedish nonsense if I've ever heard it. Hello? Hello, Bonnie, how's it going? Welcome on in. What is that? I think Hillin's explained it to me many a time, but it's a strange word that I keep forgetting. Oh yeah, it's a sandwich cake. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Look it up. Look it up for some great entertainment. Yummers. It's like a cake but made out of sandwiches. Yeah. It's very strange. It's good? No, it is, of course, but also the concept is so funny. Dangerously delicious. I have that problem when I get recipes from my mom is I ask how much should I use, about this much. This is Cadus. Yeah. I find that's like a tripping hazard when you first get started with cooking. Is a lot of people they cling to the recipes a little bit too much. You do have to also use your eyes and see what's in front of you a little bit, or even the best recipe might let you down. But that's a skill I feel like you learn over time anyway. You get some better cooking intuition just from having had all the experiences. Oh. Thank you so much, Waterfox, for the follow. Much appreciated and welcome on in. Hello, William. I'm just peeling some shallots. What's up? I hate peeling these guys. So tiny. Ugh. Also, I am gonna say, when it comes to something like a mac and cheese, definitely do put your own spin on it. In fact, on the recipe card, I wrote over here, like, you have free reign with seasoning. Mac and cheese can be really bland if you don't do much to it. If it's just macaroni and cheese, then yeah, it can be either way too cheesy or it tastes like nothing. So you absolutely have my permission to experiment a little bit with this. If there's a seasoning you really like, go for it. But I will say, if you're using truffle oil like we're doing today, this is a pretty overpowering flavor. So keep that in mind. And as always, a taste as you go along, so you don't get a really weird concoction of things at the same time. Alright, I'm gonna do a couple more shallots. These boys are so tiny. You might as well. Do you prefer baked or creamy? Baked or creamy? I mean, when I make it, it's usually a little bit of both. Yeah, hard to say. Because, I mean, we're gonna make the bechamel, we're gonna make the cheese sauce. That's certainly gonna be creamy. It's gonna have creme fraiche. It's gonna have, you know, 2 types of cheese. But at the same time, we're topping it with breadcrumbs, and of course, that's gonna go into the air fryer and get baked and super crispy. So, my answer is both. Both. You can bake it without it turning into a dry brick. I think I know what you mean, though. Yeah, I think I know what you mean. I think I've had some mac and cheese in the past where it pretty much keeps its shape. It's like you cut out a square, and it's a little bit like jello consistency. Yeah, I do like that too. I do like that too. I'm not that picky, you see. But at that point, it doesn't feel like a mac and cheese to me. It has to be a little bit gloopy. Little bit. I guess I can pass the question on here today. It's interesting when we do a recipe like this. I know every American who's watching, you've had this, of course, but definitely not the case with Europeans. I don't think mac and cheese is huge here. Maybe a little bit in the UK in recent times, but overall, like growing up, I never had mac and cheese in Norway. Never. Never. Didn't have it until I made it myself. Mac and cheese with shallots, fancy. Not really. Not really. It just depends on what you like. We already have leek that's going into it. So that's gonna add a lot of bite next to the macaroni. So I don't mind this kind of just being small enough bits that it becomes a part of the cheese sauce. I think that's plenty fine. You don't want an overload of textures either, I guess. Cauliflower cheese is more common in the UK? Yeah. Which I do like too. We have it, but usually also with ground meat. Yeah. I think it's pretty common to add meat to it. It's maybe just me who's a weirdo, not adding meat to it today. I've definitely seen both variants. Okay, we got 5 shallots. Should we do one last? Is this too much shallot? No, never. Never. I try to use as many of these guys as possible when I do a cooking stream because they tend to just sit in the fridge. They're so tiny. Everyone forgets about shallots. They just sink to the bottom of the vegetable drawer. So we might as well use it. Shallots are just cobbled onions. They are. Always love sushi cooking and his obsession with onions. Is it considered an obsession? I missed the beginning. Can you restart? Oh, okay. Yeah. Hello, 4C. Let me just start over. How was that? How was that? Satisfied? Very, very short intro today. Very short intro, but you know, we take what we can get. Hello, Forsey. How you doing? Welcome on in. I'm just chopping some shallots. The most tedious part of any time I cook. And hello, Helen. I see you there too. Okay, so welcome on in. Welcome on in. Forsey, my friend, have you ever had a mac and cheese? I don't actually know which part in the world you are from. I have absolutely no idea. So that's why I'm asking. Hello, Azzy. Welcome to my friend. You want? What, just the peels?
I want.
Just this? Okay. I mean, I'm just gonna throw it out anyway. Open your gob. Open your gob. It's going in. No. Let me throw this out. Thanks so much, Azzy, for, let me see, 34 months. Wow. That's like longer than I've been alive. Crazy. Okay, just cleaning up, and then we're gonna go to town on these guys. Hungry, but I also did make a simple version once. Was sick. Cool. I may have not considered my timing. It's too late now. It's too late now. Okay. Knife comment. Knife comment incoming in 3, 2, 1.
Thank you for the shallot peels.
Ah, damn it. I'm so used to this at this point. Every time I do cooking streams, someone goes, "Wow, that's a knife." Okay, fast on me. Thank you, saving my ass. Just gonna start by slicing these fellas, and we'll roughly just chop them up in a second here. So tiny. Can sometimes be hard to cut even. So many lovely pals, yeah, it's
Poor bites
bopping
can
today.
eat anything doesn't mean we don't like tasty stuff.
I don't know. I think this is dragon food exclusively today. Sorry. Just for me. What is the shape of that knife? Oh, there we go, there it is. I was like 30 seconds
What
off.
you're making sushi? Also, 3 years. Wow, I'm old. 3.
Thanks so much, Luna, for 36 months. As the title says, we are making a lovely truffle mac and cheese today. Recipe available on Blue Sky and also in the Discord in the food channel, should you choose to follow along as I make this. Thank you so much. Okay, and then I'm just gonna do a...
Sushi tier 100.
Oh! Holy shit. Hang on. Yo! We're starting a hype train in the cooking stream. Wow, that usually doesn't happen. Usually does not happen. Thank you, Finder Phoenix, as well for the bits. Much obliged, much obliged. All right. Well, I better, you know, bring up the tempo here. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna end up cutting off my arm. This better be some good shallot cutting. shallot overboard.
Pride 100, be careful, sushi. Sushi free.
Oh my god, what's happening
Bryze
over
Ab
there?
Dance 2, Bryze Ab Dance 2, Bryze Ab Dance 2.
Brizza! With the 35 months, and we have MDL jumping on the train. Thank you so much. Thank you, my friends. Have you ever had a mac and cheese, MDL? How about you, Brizza? Do tell me all about it. I want details. Intricate details about your mac and cheese. Almost done. Just don't want any huge bits in there. That's looking pretty good to me. Okay, so far so good. Oh, let me have a look. Let me have a look. 4C with 3 months. Can you believe it, guys? 4C. Dude, we love 4C. We love 4C. What a guy. Just for you. Have a kobold. Because you're so nice. Thank you so much. Okay, let's transfer this. It's a lot of onion. Looks like a crime scene. Well, a tasty one, I hope. Sounds weird. That sounds weird. I need to learn how to shut my mouth up. Or maybe I shouldn't. Maybe it's my job to not shut up. Sometimes I can never tell. Okay. We're in business. Let me wash my hand. Got my salary, so decided to subscribe before I head to the casino. Yo, gambling?
Sushi, if you're making a tasty crime scene, can the kobolds clean it up for you?
I'll see. I'm gonna move you over there, first of all. We'll see. We'll see what it looks like at the end. Okay. Leek, chopped, shallots, chopped. What is next? What is next? Heat up a large pot or pan over a medium heat with a small knob of butter. Once the butter is melted, churn. Chuck in your leek strips and onions or shallots. Let soften in the pan for 3 to 4 minutes, and then take the pan off the heat for a little bit. Let's do that. Just making sure I've not missed anything. All good. Okie doke. Is the camera in a good spot? Move this a little bit. Though to be fair, there is a lot of action happening on screen at the moment, so I'm sure it will work out momentarily once the trains reach the station, etc. There we are. Okie doke. Please focus. Oh my god. Focus. Look, I got some salt for you. Focus. Please. There you... There you sort of go. There we go. Okay. Salt, the tasty rock. That's right. That's right. Okay, we need some butter. Butter. Gotta have butter. Salted. Always go for salted. Let me get a knife out. Not for any violence purposes. Unless you are made of butter. Which, in that case, yeah. You are done for. Can I tilt this down a bit? Let's try it like that. That's a little better. Okay. All rocks are tasty if you're a kobold. It's possible. So, medium heat. Go medium for this. You don't want to burn any of this. You're just gonna soften both shallots and the leek. Is the idea. So, a knob of butter. You don't have to go overboard with this. So, you know, a healthy knob of butter. That'll do. That'll do. Is it me or is the light just really bad over here? Hang on. Move it back a little. Okay, you're gonna go for a little ride, chat. Don't panic. Oh my god. Okay. It definitely just lost connection, because of course. I got this. I got this. We're professionals or something. Probably. It's just bothering me that the camera was blocking the light. Hang on. Almost got it back. I'm just screwing on the mount. Scuff? Yeah, a little bit. Oh, tits. Hang on. Fucking whole knob fell off. You're the patient type, right, chat? You're the patient type. Yeah. You're not gonna be upset at this. Of course not. Okay, let's restart the camera. Come on. Come on, don't be shy. Oh no, I think my camera's scared. Entercam works. Why not you? Take number 2. Okay. That's something, at least. Okay, do you mind if it's at an angle like this a little bit? I would prefer to have some light over here. Just so you can see what's actually in the pan. Angle okay? Cool. It's all crooked? It is. Yeah. Alas. Hey, don't I usually have like a corner camera? Where did that go? You're just missing things. Hang on. There. Yeah, no fooling around here. No funny business. Okay. So, this is looking nice. I'm gonna throw the leek in. Probably gonna give this... You can throw them in at the same time. It doesn't really matter. But I'm gonna give it just a minute or two longer than the shallots because they're so tiny. Give it a good old stir. Make sure it gets a little bit of the butter distributed across all of it. I'm gonna salt this as well. Break it apart a little bit. They're stuck together. Let's see, what can we do while we wait for this? I guess next up is to get our macaroni. That we can do, Was that some E621? No, that was just salt. Just regular salt. Okay, do remind me to watch this, so it doesn't burn. It's not gonna need much time. Remember, it is going into the air fryer at the end anyway, so we just want it shrink a little bit, soften up. Let's head back here for a second. And I am gonna get a device we usually don't use that much, but it is a little scale. And I'm gonna get a beautiful pot for us to put some macaroni in. Hang on, can I make it so you can actually see the number? You can sort of see the number there, right? Sure you can. Okay, zero it in. And then we are looking at how many grams of macaroni today? 300. 300. Oh. Oh. Come on. Come on. Give me the perfect. Oh, we got it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got it. 300. And then I'm gonna mess it up on purpose because I'm evil. Okay, a little bit of salt. And this is gonna go over to the stove as well. Okay, can I get an angle where you can see both of these things happening? Sorta? Sorta. Give this guy a stir. Yeah, don't leave this guy unattended for too long or the shallots might start to stick to the bottom. Okay, and then we have our kettle, which we boiled earlier on in the recipe. We're just gonna fill this with as much water as we feel like. I would say something like this.
Are you sure those are 326 macaronis? Don't you need to recount?
Well, they're grams. I don't think it's per macaroni. That would be insanity. Okay, so this guy is gonna go on. Oh, I'm gonna regret this, but I'm gonna adjust the angle again. I can't help myself, okay? What if I do like... Oh my god, sushi fur. That's the same. It didn't help anything. There. No improvement whatsoever. There. A little tragic. Well, come on in. So yeah, this goes on high heat. You kind of want to just bring it up to high and then crank it down again once it's starting to boil. And the macaroni, I think it's going to be boiling for like 7 minutes or so. Yeah, and same thing here, we kind of want to stir it as it boils. Macaroni tends to stick together, and you don't want just one big lump, so I usually just get a fork and make sure they're not clumping. Okay, I think it's time to set this guy aside over here for now. So actually, why don't we just swap seats here? You can go there. You want an orb of macaroni? Yeah, sounds funny, doesn't it? But no, you don't. No, you don't. You might think you want an orb of macaroni, but you don't. You do not. Alright, well, while that's boiling, let's head over here for a second. Let's have a look at the recipe again. Bring this back. Actually, let me wash this. It's already bothering me. All right. So macaroni is gonna boil for 7 to 8 minutes. Blah 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 blah. That's fine. While the macaroni is cooking, grate your cheddar cheese, and then grate Italian cheese. Okay. That we can do. I'm gonna get this big fella out. And let's see, do we have a big block of cheddar? I believe we do. Depending on how cheesy you want it, you can of course go with different kinds of cheddar. You can go with a stronger one if you so like. I actually don't want it to be too overpowering, since we are making a truffle mac and cheese. I kind of want the truffle flavor to be the dominant flavor that sort of comes through. But it all depends on your preference. All right, how big is this block? Let's see. 400 grams. And how much do we need? We need 180. So roughly half of this. We're gonna shred. Just take the packaging off. Cheese, lots of it. Lots of it, my friend. Ooh. Oh, so if you're smart, definitely don't be scared to just buy pre-shredded. I feel like when I do a cooking stream, I can't do that. Because if I do, then this recipe is gonna take like 15 minutes. So I need something to do, okay? I need something to do. But yes, I absolutely approve of laziness. Oh! Letra, hello! How's it swinging today? How are things? Whee. Ocean of cheese under here. I got one of those rotating shredders. Oh, that sounds convenient. Mac and cheese content. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, just absolutely demolishing this, man. Almost there. Sorry if it's a little hard to see. You'll just have to use your imagination with what's happening to this cheese here. Almost. Whew. Just stir the macaroni. So for the pasta cooking, do you use Earth minutes or Saturn? I'm more of a Pluto guy. I like that Pluto keeps being considered a planet and then not a planet again, and then back to being a planet. People are very split on opinion there, so I just like the rebellious nature of Pluto. So Pluto minutes for sure. Ooh. It is a hot one over here. I don't know what it is, but Britain has just turned into a summer paradise for some reason the past couple of weeks. It's just been very pleasant and sunny. And I am as shocked and confused as you are. I just don't count on it being like this for too long, and yet it hasn't really ceased. Turn down the heat on the macaroni here. So for the macaroni, you definitely want to start poking a bit as it cooks. You want it to be fork tender, but not so soft that it's mushy and falling apart. Another thing you can do is just take a bite out of it, and you know, if it has just a little bit of springiness and resistance, then it's spot on. Just as long as it's not hard or dissolving. Okay. Well, I have good news. That's one cheese down. I'm gonna reuse this bowl. I know. I'm an animal. Oh, that's a lot of cheese. Is it me, or is this camera a bit overexposed again today? Let me fix that. Too bright. There. Is that so hard?
Oh yes, the bowl of cheese I've ordered is ready.
Almost.
Thank you, chef.
Almost.
Num num.
No. I don't want to shred another half of that cheddar block. Okay. Good. Good cheesy action. Wait, now it's too dark again. Oh, fucking technology, am I right? What is this?
25 bowls of cheese tilde.
Thanks so much, Mox, for 25 months. Oh, that's why the auto exposure was on, of course. Foolish. There. Okay. Well, we're not quite done with the cheese just yet, my friends. Well, we're done with that cheese, but we have yet another. We have our Parmigiano Reggiano And we're gonna shred some of that too. Shouldn't be as much though. Although the mac is looking almost done, folks. Let's get some action over there. Oh ho ho. Yeah, they're getting pretty big. Let's stab one or two. And then I'm just gonna take a bite out of it. I mean, you probably can't tell. Is this done? Is this done? Hard to say, so we gotta take a bite. Needs 2 more minutes.
Munch.
Lamau. 2 more minutes. Okay. Well, that will give us some time to start shredding this fella. We need how much of this? 80 grams. And this is 100, so pretty much the whole block. Alrighty. For this one, I am gonna get a new bowl because this is gonna be mixed with the panko. This is for the topping, essentially. Crazy. Thank you, MDL, for the streak there. What does this stamp do? Oh, you know. Stamp things. Okay, all done. That's our Parmigiano shredded. No. But I am gonna get a different shredder out. I want to get this right into the bowl. Save us some of the hassle here. I hope you're watching the macaroni for me, chat. Oh, it's hard work. It's simmering. It's gaining sentience. Oh shit.
Oh yes, I am watching. I saw it explode and it is now all over your kitchen. I kept watching the entire time, yep.
What the hell? How can macaroni explode? I think you're potentially not telling the truth here. Oh shit, it's getting buff. This macaroni is bulking up something fierce. Okay, I'm gonna take another bite. Here goes. Ooh, hot. It's done. Ring the alarm. Our macaroni is done.
How do you tell the Parmesan and your fur apart? Should we do a taste test?
No. Please, no. Please. Alright, so kind of a weird trick we're gonna apply here. I can't really show this because I need to do need to do it over the sink.
Wii U. This is the macaroni alarm.
Very good, thank you. But I'm gonna get a measuring jug like this. And then let me quickly just demonstrate what we're doing here. I'm gonna get a colander, a strainer, if you will. I'm gonna stick this on top. Plop this down in the sink, this on top. We're gonna collect the starchy pasta water from this. So most of it we can just, filter out. But we want to keep some of it because that's gonna go into the stock and then the cheese sauce, which will make it nice and thick and gloopy. It's free thickness for your sauce, is what I'm saying. So I'm gonna do that real quick. I'll be right back. And hang on, I can look how much actually you need to save. 200 milliliters I've written down. Okay. That's our little fellas all drained. And then, as you can see over here, I have this weird pasta water that I'm gonna hold on to for now. I know, it's a strange little concoction we've made. Okay, well, let's wrap up the Parmigiano before we do anything else. Hello, Snowbolt. Welcome on in. Ooh. Wowza. Almost. We can practically just use this whole block. I think it's like a block is 20 more grams than we need or something. So, it's just all going in. Whoa. Woo. Drink for the chef? Oh, I could have a drink actually. I will. Should be about it. Oh, that was a hell of a workout. But we have some beautiful Parmigiano. Good news. Good news. Ooh. Okay, next up. Next up. We're gonna mix in the... Oh. There's my first spelling error spotted. The pank breadcrumbs. Pretty sure that's not what they're called. Missing an O there. I'll forgive myself this time. How much panko are we putting in? 80 grams, so... roughly half the package. Oh, look at this beauty. Look at this beauty. Dude, I love panko. So good. Salt and pepper. Salt and pepper, salt and pepper, salt and pepper, salt and pepper, salt and pepper. And yeah, be generous with this. It is actually a lot of cheese and crumbs. So don't be scared. Don't be scared of seasoning. I'm gonna mix this up. We could add some MSG to our breadcrumbs. I don't think it's gonna taste like anything, but I'm gonna... Yeah! What the hell? Not even gonna notice that, are you? Why not? Thank you, Sam, for the follow. Many thanks, many thanks. And then, let's see, is it tiny whisk time? No, I don't think we should whisk this. For this, I recommend getting a fork, because we are going to pour some olive oil into this as well. So it's really going to stick together. About 4 tablespoons? I think I have a new bottle over here that I'm going to use. Yeah. Parmigiano is already like 90% MSG. God, I hate these caps. Do you see this? Like the pull tab. I can never pull these out without the bottle like squirting me. I have an inability to do that. So here goes. Trying not to get it on the fucking camera. Ugh. One, 2, 3, and 4. Give this a really good mix-up. And you might even want to season again for even coverage. Okay, I think that's looking pretty good. Maybe a teeny tiny drizzle more, but it does seem to be adhering. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay, that is gonna be our beautiful topping. Let's see what are next. See, olive oil mix well, yeah. Crumble in the vegetable stock cube into the colander with the reserved pasta water. Okay, that we can do. I'm actually gonna have to drain some of this out because I saved too much. Yes, the strange mystery water. You only need 200 milliliters. Roughly. I think that's good. Delicious drink. Tastes like pasta. And then I have a beautiful vegetable stock cube over here. And of course you can also use chicken, goes pretty well with this. Depends on what you like. I go vegetable for a mac and cheese, usually. And I just crumble it in.
Yum, extra starchy. Just the way I like my drinks.
And just because it's a crowd pleaser, why don't we get the tiny whisk out? But you have to promise to applaud. Okay? The tiny whisk only shows itself on camera if you're really excited for it. Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. Okay, here it is, here it is, here it is. Here it is. It's tiny whisk time. Oh, it's actually too tiny for this. Okay, that's it for Tiny Whisk, everyone. Give a round of applause. Excellent. Excellent. So that means we now have a nice stock that we are going to use momentarily. Let me have a look here. Yeah, so honestly, if you're cooking this normally and you perhaps have pre-shredded cheese, like you can do this step a lot faster. So in that case, you might even be mostly done with this when this is softened in the pan. But I just wrote down in the recipe to put this aside. Ideally, if you can, just, you know, keep it on the medium, and then when it's time for this next step here, we're gonna put in some flour and make a little roux. So I'm gonna put this on medium again and let it heat up a little bit. It's just for, you know, time reasons. When you stream, everything tends to take a little bit extra. Couldn't have done it without the tiny whisk. That is true, that is true. Absolutely. Just gonna let this heat up again.
Sushi, you might need some glue. There appears to be a leak in your pan.
You, be quiet. Get out of here. Oh, it doesn't work. The mouth isn't like perfectly sideways. Or I would feed this to myself, that'd be cool. No. No. No good. No good. Hello, Sonic. Welcome on in. We're just cooking up a storm, you know. Business as usual. How you doing today? Okay, this is sizzling again. Give it 30 more seconds. Good on you, I'm doing great. Great, great, great. And I have my trusty bag of flour here. I always eyeball it when it comes to this stuff. But I think it's something like 1 tablespoon and a half I've written down. So if you like to be exact, then that's what I would do. But of course it depends on how much leak you have. So I think a little over 1 should be fine. There we go. And then you want to kind of quickly stir this and let it combine with the leek and the shallots. It's going to soak up a lot of that butter. And also, it's going to help make our cheese sauce a hell of a lot thicker. So after about a minute, we are now going to start to gradually add our stock, I believe. I think that's plenty. Okay. So a little bit at a time. Don't do the whole thing. In, and then give it a good old stir. Scrape the bottom of the pan if you have a nice cast iron. Get all of that out. And then once it looks like it's kind of evaporated mostly, then you add some more. Give it a little longer. One more, and then the next pour, we can just do the rest of it. Can't wait for some of you to get the rocks in the mail. Oh my god, yeah. For those not in the know, for April Fools, for Cobalt Shop, we put up a bunch of rocks for sale. Because, you know, kobolds like those things. And we actually ended up selling quite a bunch. So we've had to, you know, walk around and pick rocks to then ship out across the world. And like the listing says, they are just rocks. They are just rocks. So, don't expect anything extravagant. But thank you for the support to those of you who got them. Can't not do it for the bit. I appreciate you earning them. Are they suitable for rock music? Oh, for all kinds of rock use, really. They're, as far as rocks go, I would say they're universal rocks. They can be used for so many things. Mailman, what's in these things? Rocks? Yeah. Literally. Just a rock nicely wrapped up. Okay, that's looking pretty beautiful. I think that's gonna just cook for, just let it simmer for another like 2 minutes. And then we're gonna add a huge concoction of things. So let me start prepping that actually. Getting that out of the fridge. Creme fraiche. Plop. There we go. And then a Dijon, a mustard. The truffle oil, the macaroni we got. Okay. Okay, I think that's about it. Yeah, it doesn't have to be that many ingredients for a mac and cheese, and I've kind of gone overboard as is. So, should be alright. I think that's plenty thick and also softened. So let's see, how much creme fraiche? I'm going to start with that. 400 grams. How much is in a tub like this? 300. Okay, almost there. Oh boy, please. Please, leave containment. Oh god. Need to get a spoon. Trying not to make a mess. You know? And again, yeah, this is gonna be very rich. You have been warned. And the portion sizes I've written this recipe for is for 4 people. Keep that in mind before you eat the whole the whole tray. Not judging, because I would do the same thing, probably, if I was left home alone. Can I dive into it? Yeah, why not? Okay, that's good. That's good, that's good, that's good. Wash this spoon real quick. Should we move this? You can see it all right, can't you? Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. It's a weird way of saying for one person, right? Okay, how much Dijon? Oh, I think I want quite a bit, don't you? 10 grams, whatever that means. I'm being a little bit generous here. Kobold on the burner. Yeah, he will just have to sit there for a second. Time's a wasting. Time's a wasting. Dijon creme fraiche, truffle oil. Right. The big, you know, gimmick that we have going today. And for the truffle oil, we want 20 milliliters. Okay. Probably. like so. It smells lovely, by the way. Truffle oil, macaroni, and the grated cheddar. And then season to taste. Gotcha. Thank you, me. It's about to get cheesy in here. You've been warned. You have been duly warned. I think I'm gonna mix this up a little bit first, let that melt before we add the macaroni. Dangerously cheesy, very much so. Just make sure that's all nice and combined.
How do I macaroni?
I'd rather not tell you. I'm sorry. Some things as a streamer, you know, I like to keep private. Okay, now we are gonna add the macaroni. But I do think I just want to taste this first. Just get a fork and get a little lick. Oh, that is truffly. That is truffly as hell. Okay. Pepper. Definitely. And I think MSG would also go well with this. And I think I want a hint of garlic in there. So I believe I have some garlic powder. Using a metal spoon in a coated pan. It's cast iron. You can go nuts. Okay, so some garlic powder in. And then a dash of salt. Ooh, I think that's looking pretty delicious. Looks like cheese, and a lot of it. Another quick taste. Gotta get this right, No fooling. You know what? I think that's spot on. Hang on, let me get rid of the kobold. One more. That's good. That's very good. The truffle absolutely comes through. Oh wow, yeah. Little pepper. And then we don't touch it. This is perfection. But macaroni needs to go in. And of course, it's lumped together. It's become a block. Ooh. Careful not to splash yourself, like I almost did. And we'll break this apart here. Oh my lord. I am getting very hungry looking at this. I could practically just eat all of this. And then have a heart attack from all the fat in here. Ooh, okay. Ooh. Let me dust off the cheese bits on this chopping block. I think we can take the heat off this. This is all nice and done. And I'm just gonna double check the recipe card, but I believe we're gonna put this into an oven-proof dish. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. You ready for this? Okay, I'm gonna find one that's big enough. Let's see, that is actually quite a lot. So, I am gonna go for the jumbo one. I don't like the shape of this one as much as the other one I like to use. That one's like oval, but it will have to be. It will have to be. Get as much of that in there as possible. Oh, that light is making it very blue. Hang on. Rude. You're ruining the appearance of my macaroni. There we go. Hello, Seal. Okay. You just put this aside. And then just smush this down a little bit. Get a relatively even layer, if you can. Because now we're gonna top this guy with the panko cheesy breadcrumbs that we've put together. So here it goes. Try and evenly get this out. I'm just gonna use my hands, I think. A bit of cheese there. Oh, this smells heavenly, by the way. Parmigiano panko. Just more fat. More fat. Parmigiano breadcrumbs and olive oil. Good lord. Good lord. Oof. Okay. Hello Talon, hello Whack, hello Ickery. Welcome. Ow. Hang on. I'm just noticing that the camera is very blue today. It looks a lot nicer IRL with the warmer colors. I'm just gonna adjust the temperature. Oh, it's auto adjusting. Oh! It does not look like that. I promise. It's like here. Orange. Yeah, that was pretty orange. That looks more like it, and then I can adjust the light again without it looking bonkers. Cool. Much better, yeah. Okay, now this is gonna go into the air fryer. Let me just clear a little bit of space here because I conveniently put everything in front of the air fryer. I'm pretty smart like that, you see. Bit of a genius, as you know. One moment, folks. It's an interesting little experience, this. Not having a VTuber model, because I feel like whenever I'm like away from the camera, I feel like chat is secretly thinking that I'm just like not doing anything. That I'm just standing around wasting time. I don't know why. I don't know why. I feel like I have to perform. Okay. All good, all good, all good. Let's see if the air fryer cam still works. Boy, does it ever. Boy, does it ever. Wow. Cleaning spray and frame and everything. Ay, ay, ay. Just standing around, how dare you? I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, sir. I'll get to work. I promise. Alright, well, you know what's next here. See if we can fit this whole thing in even. Yeah, just barely. It's a big air fryer. Huge. Nikki's licking all the utensils over there. Okay. I don't know how well you can even see that, but let's turn this on. So I think I wrote 200 degrees fan. All that we can do. And then for like 15 to 20 minutes, I think 15 is, yeah, already pretty generous for air fryers, so let's give that a go. Nikki did 12 last time, yeah, so let's just keep an eye on that, chat. Don't look away. Except I'm gonna swap cameras, so goodbye. Okay. Well, we do have some things to do in the meantime. Actually, we are gonna make a little side salad real quick. Let's see. Okay. Thankfully, this guy is already washed, so I don't have to do that. Okay. I'm gonna get a large bowl for this fella. Salad, yes, yes. Listen. When you're making a fatty, disgusting, no, delicious mac and cheese like this, you gotta have some green on the side, just to, you know, fool you into thinking that you're actually not squandering your health by eating this. You are. You are. You very much are. But, you know, it's Joker's trick over here. Jimbo Balatro trick. Okay. In this salad, I want some cherry tomatoes. Can you believe it? And what I'm gonna do, so I'm gonna get this out and just slice these in half. Chop them up more if you so desire. Half is usually good, in my opinion. If I can discover where my knife has disappeared off to. Nikki has found my beautiful knife. Thank you, Nikki. It is filthy though, so I'm gonna erase it. Let's see, you can't take your health with you when you die, might as well spend it on something. Thank you, Slinky. That's a great take. I can't officially endorse it, but you get a thumbs up. Another kind of tedious job here. Just slicing these in half. I love these long ones, these long cherry tomatoes. Best ones. We love our long boys, don't we? Need to get you some deli containers or lids and use the lid trick to slice a bunch of them easily. Oh, I know that one. I know that one. Yeah. We could do that and save a lot of time, but the thing is, we have to wait anyway, so we can take it nice and slow. It's a lot of tomato. I think that's about enough almost. Finish this pack. But I don't think we need to get started on this whole second pack I have sitting here. It's a lot of tomato for the amount of salad you got. Yeah, I quite like it. You want... See, like, I'm not gonna say mac and cheese. The one we're making is gonna be dry, but it is nice to have something a little bit acidic to cut through the flavor of the mac and cheese, and also something with a little bit of moisture. So, yeah, I do tend to go a little crazy on the tomatoes for the side salad. Actually helps you out if the breadcrumbs end up taking a lot of the moisture out of your mouth or whatever. Hello, Grump. Let's see. Pospal is so lucky to have someone that can cook as well as sushi. Oh gosh. You know, I was talking to Pospal today. I was telling them there's no reason they can't just use my cooking stream set. It's both of our kitchen. I've already gotten the equipment. So I'm encouraging Nikki to do some cooking streams of their own. Because I feel like that's one thing on Twitch, or just the media in general, content people can't get enough of is cooking stuff. Always in style, always relevant. Why not? Nikki's a good cook as well. I think people would love that. Because if anything, the feedback I'm getting is that I'm not doing enough of the cooking streams. I just, yeah, find it hard to squeeze like multiple into a week. Can be a lot of work, depending on how you do things. Let's stick these fellas in here. In they go. And yes, it is a lot of tomato. Just do less if you don't want that many tomato. Okay, and then we are gonna dress this. Because we don't just want salad leaf and tomato. Cherry tomato. Let's see. A few drizzles of olive oil up first. I think 2 tablespoons. 2.5 is good. And I also want some balsamic vinegar in there. Let's see how much of that. 30 milliliters roughly. It's this guy. Looks like a very evil potion. But again, adds a little bit of acidity to this. Wow. That was uncorked. And it spilled a bit. Not too bad. Just a couple of droplets. Alright. Is this the famous streamer streaming the stream? Yeah. Hello, Pusio. How's it going? I'm macking up some cheese. What are you up to?
Give me your most evil potion cook.
What the hell did you just say? That was another French bold moment. I can't understand those kobolds. I'm sorry. That should be plenty. It is pretty strong, so don't go overboard. Last but not least, for the salad here, let me just check on the mac and cheese. Oh, it's becoming brown on top. It's not going to take that much longer. Just a sprinkle of salt. Again, it helps bring out that flavor. Do it, do it, do it. And then I'm gonna stir this like the madman that I am. One thing that does bother me sometimes when you make a side salad is the tomatoes always sink to the bottom. But alas, we'll fish them out. We'll fish them out. Just make sure all the leaves have a little moistness on them. I'm gonna give that a little taste test, but I don't see how it could go wrong with this. MSG for the side salad? No. I actually want this to be a bit of a contrast from the main. So we'll leave this one as is. Of course, you're welcome to go nuts with MSG at home. In fact, I encourage it. I encourage you to. Alright, we can safely set this aside for when we serve this. Once again, I'm just gonna give this a rinse. And maybe hoover a bit here. It's full of cheese crumbs. Okay, now don't be scared. It's just a hoover, okay? Promise. I know you're all tiny kobolds, so you're terrified of this. But I promise I'm not gonna like hoover you up in one fell swoop, okay? And it's gonna be a bit loud. You're gonna get sucked in? No, you're okay. You lived. You lived. I hope.
This guy was trapped in the hole.
Oh shit, yeah, one did get caught in there.
Sorry.
Sorry about that. Who's splatting? What's that all about? Did that not show up today? Wow. Weird. Wow, that is so orange now that I've adjusted the white balance. Anyway, oh shit! I forgot something very important, the bacon. Don't panic, everyone. Don't panic. But we need some bacon, don't we? We need some bacon! Stat! Alright. I'm gonna do tiny pan over here. I got some bacon bits. Tear this in half. God, why do they make it like this if you can't, like, tear them off? Grrr! Grrr! Hello, Ryoku and Raiders. Welcome on in. Hope you had a good stream. I am almost done making a mac and cheese. Can you have some snoms? Yeah, soon. We're almost there. Almost. I promise. In fact, chat, I think we should have a quick look at this. That is looking pretty golden to me.
According by my time, air fryer been on for 12 minutes exactly.
Yeah. I was gonna say that is golden and starting to be crisped up in certain sections. So I'm gonna stop it there and turn it off. And then just let it sit. Let it sit. How much protein? Not much. A lot of fat today. A lot of fat today, Ryoku. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But it is gonna be delicious. Okay. Crank this up to high. We'll give that a second to heat up. And then we're gonna chuck in these bacon bits. Thankfully, that's not gonna take too long. Thankfully. While that's heating up, let's do our second garnish, which is, of course, some coriander. You can also do parsley if you so choose. But I like my coriander. Don't have to do too much. And just leaves and all, bunch it together, chop it up. And just pay special attention to the stalks here so you don't have big long stalks as part of it, because that's not so pleasant to take a bite out of. Okay, that's fine for the garnish. I think. Products. Thanks so much for 4 months of support. How you doing? Welcome on in. We are almost ready to serve here. Almost. We'll use the whole container. But I don't think we need that much bacon. Really. You guys fans of bacons, or are you on the overrated train? It was a while there where people were taking bacon and maybe a little too far. It was like it was a personality trait. It was a lifestyle. Put bacon on everything. I think there's a middle ground to be found. I like bacon, but it's also overrated. Yeah, I think you're on the money there. I think so. Okay, well, you know what? Why don't we start thinking about how we're gonna plate this while the bacon is sizzling away over there. So I'm thinking this whole spice rack that I have, I'm just gonna say bye-bye to for now. Clear up a lot of space here. Give that a wipe down. And that will make it a little easier for me to plate here today. I'm always running out of space at the end. Smoke your own bacon. Nice. Does it turn out good? Okay. We'll get a plate out in a second, but let's start here. Let's get a little picture of this. Clean shot. Ho 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 ho. That's looking pretty beautiful. Very nice and golden. I like to think. It's not bad. It's not bad. Just keeping the bacon entertained, don't mind me. And I guess we can move this fella up so you can see a little bit of it. Let's see if we can find a fancy plate. Let's see, do we have a nice blue one? Hang on, not this one, but I want this one. Looks like the nice brown on my mum's apple crumble. Yeah, doesn't it just? I know exactly what you mean. Now, I'm just gonna let this bacon do its thing because I do want that to be really crispy. Really crispy bacon today. Okay, well, I suppose we can plate up some of the side salad for starters. I want quite a few of those tomatoes in there. Just gonna add some moisture to this. So I don't know how goopy it is. It looks a little bit solid. All right. Bacon check. Certainly smells like bacon in here. Oh yeah, it's getting there. You see it's kind of getting those brown edges. It's not bad. Hello, Snox. Welcome on in. You're almost right in time to grab a bite of your own here. Let's see what my handiwork looks like when I serve this. Give that like 1 more minute. And then we can drizzle some over. Okay, should we, I'm pondering whether or not to put the bacon just on top of this. And the parsley as well. No, let's plate it up first and then we can decorate it. Why don't we? At the shower, no worries. Hope the gymin went okay. Okay. Here goes. Do a nice big square, shall we? It's probably gonna fall apart a bit. That's alright. Ooh. I mean, looking pretty good. Get a little bit more of that breading on top. Steal some from over here. Okay. It's glorious. Glad you like it. Glad you like it. I might move this again now that we have a healthy portion. Unhealthy portion, perhaps. Definitely saving this recipe. You should. I did put my own spin on it a little bit, but it's relatively tried and tested. Okay. One moment here. Just trying to steal this. How are we for time? Oh, perfectly. 2 hours. That's not bad. That's not bad. We managed to make a stream out of it, didn't we? Okay. Here goes. Tidy up a little bit. I hate it when there's cables on screen. There we go. That's looking pretty picturesque. You were eating that? Sorry. Oh my god. The bacon is such an indulgence for this recipe. Doesn't that fucking look good though? Holy shit. And just a little bit of parsley. I'm gonna try not to go overboard, but I always do anyway. Just move it a little bit to the side. You want to be able to see that color, don't you? Okay, that's looking nice. That's looking nice. And then I always like to finish it off with a rind of pepper at the end. For no reason other than I just like the smell of it. It looks nice. It makes it look more complicated, doesn't it? All right, well, how about we hand this over to Pospal for the live taste test? Let's see how this has turned out. I'm gonna mute myself and I'll hand it over to Pospal. I'll be right back.
Hello, hello, hello. It is me, the freeloader. The guest of honor. I am so excited to be eating this, but
Make sure you keep it in frame, yeah?
yeah.
Sorry, I'm a perfectionist, okay? There we go.
Hello. The only thing that makes me happier than looking at this plate is looking up there and seeing how much we have left.
Yes.
That's gonna be we're gonna be eating good this weekend. But yeah, enough about me. Time to eat for free. I'll grab a little bit of bacon. Oh. 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 As we say in Spain, mamma mia. This is fucking to die for. I'm gonna add some salad so it's healthy. Yeah. This is fucking fantastic. Oh, I could literally eat the whole thing just now, but I'm gonna behave. It's so rich, it's so creamy. You can see how like the mac and cheese kind of like just clumps up because of how dense it is. And like the panko on top is so crispy and nice. Also, I'm not a huge fan of like Modena vinegar, but I think the bitterness of it really balances this meal out. And yeah, texture wise, the bacon is crispy, the panko is crispy, the mac and cheese is just melts in your mouth, and I think that's a 10. That's amore. I'm gonna leave this here so you can try it. But I'm gonna very eagerly wait for you to be done streaming so I can just jump back on it. But yeah, I'll see you all in a bit. Bye.
Whoa. Whoa. Okay. Well, Nikki seemed to like it. That's good news. I want to give it a try as well. And then I'm just gonna run the hell out of here and eat some more because I'm starving. Starving. Okay. Big bite going in. There's something about truffle oil and Dijon. I don't know what it is. They have like really, I'm not gonna say similar flavor profiles, but they certainly go well together. Super good. Breadcrumbs are as crispy as can be. Very pleased with that. One more good bite. Come on. Mmm.
Shit 300 not a distraction.
Not gonna work, Mox. Thank you so much, though. Let's get some of the side salad with it. Again, it's dressed in balsamic vinegar. Which definitely cuts through the cheese flavor. It's good. Oh, you can't go wrong with this. My friends, I think we can call this a success today. Here is my recipe. Super overexposed, apparently. So that's cool. What the shit, dude. There. Available on Blue Sky, in my Discord, and the food channel. If you want to give this a go, it's easy to make. Super duper easy. I can't think of much that's complicated with this. Super indulgent. Definitely maybe don't make this every day in life. But a solid thing to serve if you have guests over, especially if they're kind of picky eaters. I think this is gonna go down super well, and here's one last look at this. Lights on again. Look at that. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's almost mean. Yeah. Well, I have good news. For me. I'm gonna eat this. I'm gonna go eat this. Do let me know how you get on with this recipe if you try it. Post some pictures in the Discord. That's my favorite thing when you guys do that. For now, I'm gonna fucking get out of here. This is hot. I should not grab this. Alright everyone, that's it for today. I'm not gonna do the hoard. I usually can't be bothered when I'm standing in my kitchen. So that is indeed it. However, tomorrow is Friday. The weekend is upon us, almost. And I'm not gonna be live tomorrow, but I do have my weekly event in VR Chat Community Night. You are welcome, of course, to join us. It's always a great time and a great opportunity to make some friends. We have like the loveliest community in the world, so please do drop on by. Hope to see you then. And with that, my friends, have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your evenings. And I'll see you soon. Bye. Take care. Hang on. We can end on the kobold, can we? Yeah. Good night. Alright everyone, I see Joey is alive. Joey Buckaroo with Monster Hunter Wilds. Spoiler warning for those who care about that. For the rest of us, let's go yip at Joey. Good night everyone, I'll see you soon.